Hi friends, welcome to my channel Maverick Mariner. This channel is dedicated to all the marine engineers giving their MEO competency exams. I will guide you through various topics in my upcoming videos. Stay tuned. Hi friends, today we learn about Marpol Annex 6. In Marpol Annex 6, we'll take EEDI, that is Energy Efficiency Design Index. EEDI falls under Marpol Annex 6, Chapter 4, and Regulation 19, 20, and 21 deal with it. EEDI plus SEEMP was adopted in July 2011 in MEPC 62 session in IMO. It entered into force on 1st of January 2013. EEDI is applicable to all ships greater than equal to 400 GT on international voyages, but it is not applicable for platforms, trailing rigs, and those not propelled by mechanical means, such as dumb barges. What was the aim of EEDI calculations? EEDI calculations was to limit and reduce CO2 emissions in phases. To find CO2 emissions per ton of cargo carried per nautical mile sailed. EEDI calculations are also required to be complied to obtain International Energy Efficiency Certificate, that is IEEC, which is mandatory as per Marpol Annex 6. EEDI is one-time calculation which is done during design stage as well as during sea trials. As you can see, there is a timeline which is shown over here. This timeline is basically, if you see from okay, uh, from ships built after 1st January 2013 are new ships, and the ships which are built before January 2013 are existing ships. Now, let us see the EEDI required calculation. That is EEDI required calculations which are given in Regulation 21, Chapter 4, Annex 6. EEDI required is calculated for new ships or ships which have undergone major conversion in propulsion machinery or hull structure. As you can see the formula over here, EEDI is equal to EEDI required is equal to 1 minus x by 100 multiplied by EEDI reference, where x is the reduction factor in phases. I will explain you the reduction factor in phases now. Here when you see, there are three phases, namely phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Phase 1 starts from Jan 2015 to 31 December 2019, that is for 5 years, and the expected reduction is 10%. Similarly, phase 2, which we are right now in, is for 5 years from 1st Jan 2020 to 31 December 2024. An expected reduction is around 20%. In phase 3, which starts from Jan 2025 onwards, the expected reduction factor is around 30%. This reduction is in grams of CO2 emitted. Okay, this reduction is in grams of CO2 emitted. EEDI reference EE, EEDI reference is a numerical value based on formula developed by IMO. I repeat, EEDI reference is a numerical value which is based on formula developed by IMO. Here, here you can see the formula. EEDI reference, which is equal to A into B to the power minus C, where A and C are constants and B is the deadweight of the ship. These constants are type dependent. You can see over here for different types of ship, that is for bulk carrier and for tanker, you have different values of A and C. The phase factor reduction, which I had shown you some time back, is shown over here. If you see, they have mentioned phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, where the reduction should be 0 to 10%, 0 to 20%, and 0 to 30%. This is also type dependent, and you can find this table in Marpol. Now, let us see the calculations for EEDI attained. This will fall under Regulation 20, Annex 6, Chapter 4. Here, you can see attained EEDI, that is EEDI A, is equal to power multiplied by SFOC multiplied by carbon factor multiplied by deadweight of the ship multiplied by ship speed. I have written the units over here. Over here I've written the units. From there, if you work out, you will end up into these units. So the units of EEDIA are grams CO2 emitted. So I repeat, the units over here are grams of CO2 emitted per ton of cargo carried per nautical mile. EEDIA is calculated during sea trial. I repeat, EEDIA is calculated during sea trial. These are the actual values which are obtained during sea trial. Now I will explain you the terms in the formula. So CF is the carbon conversion factor. It is mass of CO2 emitted per mass of fuel burnt. So here you will see DO has 3.26, HFO has 3.11, and LNG has 2.75. Now अभी हम लोग एक 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 टर्म देखते हैं क्या होता है. सो अब वी विल कंसिडर दैट मेन इंजन का 100% MCR जो है दैट इज 10,000 किलोवाट. ठीक है, ये एग्जाम्पल है. तो अभी आपका क्या हो जाएगा, जब हम लोग पावर कंसिडर करेंगे तो 75% ऑफ MEMCR ये करेंगे, तो वो कितना हो जाएगा. अभी के लिए एग्जाम्पल के लिए मेन इंजन के लिए 7,500 किलोवाट ये पावर हम लोग मेन इंजन के लिए कंसिडर करेंगे. ठीक है, ये सब टर्म्स EEDI के कैलकुलेशन में यूज होंगे, ये मैं एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ अभी. अभी इसके बाद अगर हम लोग ऐसे देखेंगे तो नॉर्मल सी गोइंग कंडीशंस पे, ठीक है ना, एब्सोल्युटली नॉर्मल सी गोइंग कंडीशन में जब आपका शिप सेल कर रहा है सी नॉर्मल कंडीशंस में, उस टाइम पे आपका ऑक्सिलरी इंजन का जो पावर रहता है दैट इज ऑलमोस्ट इक्विवेलेंट टू 5% ऑफ मेन इंजन MCR. ठीक है, सो आपका अगर 10,000 किलोवाट का मेन इंजन रहेगा 100% पे, तो उसका 5% इज 500 किलोवाट्स. ठीक है, तो आपका ऑक्सिलरी इंजन का जो पावर हम लोग कंसिडर करेंगे वो 500 किलोवाट्स रहेगा. और ये आप आपके शिप पे भी देखो, इट इज ऑलमोस्ट द सेम. ये जो कैलकुलेशन इन लोगों ने IMO वालों ने बिठा के रखे, दे आर ऑलमोस्ट द सेम. ठीक है ना. अभी SFOC क्या होता है, SFOC इज स्पेसिफिक फ्यूल ऑयल कंजम्पशन, है ना. तो स्पेसिफिक फ्यूल ऑयल कंजम्पशन ग्राम पर किलोवाट आवर में दिया जाता है. तो अभी ये स्पेसिफिक फ्यूल ऑयल कंजम्पशन हम लोग मेन इंजन के लिए कितना कंसिडर करेंगे, तो जब आपका मेन इंजन 75% MCR पे चल रहा है, वो टाइम पे जितना SFOC आएगा वो हम लोग कंसिडर करेंगे. सिमिलरली आपका जब जनरेटर का इंजन, ध्यान से सुनो, आपका जब जनरेटर का इंजन या ऑक्सिलरी इंजन जब 50% लोड पे चल रहा है, उस टाइम पे जितना फ्यूल ऑयल कंजम्पशन होगा वो हम लोग ऑक्सिलरी इंजन के लिए कंसिडर करेंगे. ठीक है ना, ये ध्यान रखना. मेन इंजन के लिए जब उसका 75% मेन इंजन MCR पे चल रहा है उस टाइम पे SFOC, और ऑक्सिलरी इंजन के लिए SFOC विल बी व्हेन द इंजन इज रनिंग एट ऑक्सिलरी इंजन इज रनिंग एट इट्स 50% MCR. ठीक है, अब शिप स्पीड कैसे कंसिडर करेंगे. अब आपका सी ट्रायल चल रहा है, यू आर रनिंग द मेन इंजन एट 75% MCR. उस टाइम पे इफ द शिप अचीव्स 15 नॉट्स, ठीक है, तो वी विल कंसिडर दैट स्पीड. तो उस टाइम मतलब EEDI अटेंड के कैलकुलेशंस के टाइम पे हम लोग 15 नॉट्स लेंगे, बिकॉज जब आपका सी ट्रायल चल रहा है उस टाइम पे 75% MCR पे 15 नॉट शिप ने बनाया था. ठीक है ना, ये चीज समझ में आया. आई होप ये समझ में आया. Now SFOC can be obtained from EIAPP certificate, which is different for each engine. I mean, each engine will have its individual EIAPP certificate. Now, why this 5% MCR power? So basically, when the engine is running, 5% of main engine MCR is almost equivalent to normal auxiliary engine load during seagoing conditions. I repeat, for example, if main engine MCR power is 10,000 kilowatt, then your auxiliary engine load during normal seagoing condition will be approximately 500 kilowatts, है ना? अब हम लोग ये जो स्क्रीन पे देख रहे हैं, दिस इज द मैथमेटिकल फॉर्मुलेशन फॉर EEDI अटेन्ड, ठीक है ना? सो आप ये नोटिस करोगे तो द फर्स्ट टर्म इज देयर फॉर, दैट इज फॉर मेन इंजन, ठीक है? ये मेन इंजन की टर्म है। तो इसमें ये जो फर्स्ट ये है जैसे 75% MEMCR, दिस इज द पावर, एंड दिस सेकंड पार्ट इज द SFOC फॉर मेन इंजन व्हेन इट इज रनिंग एट 75% MCR, ठीक है ना? अब ये जो सेकंड ब्रैकेट है, दिस इज द टर्म फॉर ऑक्सिलरी इंजन, ठीक है? नाउ ये जो इसमें इसमें की जो फर्स्ट टर्म है 5% MEMCR, दिस इज द ऑक्सिलरी इंजन पावर जो मैंने पहले एक्सप्लेन किया था, मल्टीप्लाइड बाय SFOC when the auxiliary engine is running at its 50% MCR, ठीक है? मतलब जब ऑक्सिलरी SFOC when auxiliary engine is running at 50% लोड, ठीक है? ये है द सेकेंड टर्म, जो है ये है अपना ऑक्सिलरी इंजन का टर्म, है ना? तो फर्स्ट ब्रैकेट इज मेन इंजन का टर्म, सेकेंड ब्रैकेट इज ऑक्सिलरी इंजन का टर्म, और ये जो ग्रीन है ये ऐड किया है, देखा? ये फर्स्ट मेन इंजन का टर्म प्लस ऑक्सिलरी इंजन का टर्म, और ये जो ग्रीन ब्रैकेट है, दिस इज द होल एडिशन इज मल्टीप्लाइड बाय कार्बन कन्वर्जन फैक्टर ऑफ द फ्यूल, ठीक है? डिवाइडेड बाय डेड वेट मल्टीप्लाइड बाय शिप स्पीड, ठीक है ना? आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड दिस। जो फर्स्ट ब्रैकेट है मेन इंजन का टर्म है, सेकंड ब्रैकेट जो है वो ऑक्सिलरी इंजन का टर्म है, और ये दोनों ऑक्सिलरी इंजन और मेन इंजन का एडिशन हुआ है यहाँ पे, और ये दोनों एनक्लोज्ड है बाय ग्रीन ब्रैकेट, और ये फुल टर्म को हमने कार्बन कन्वर्जन फैक्टर, जो कि फ्यूल का कार्बन कन्वर्जन फैक्टर है, उससे मल्टीप्लाई किया है। अब ये पूरे टर्म को हमने डिवाइड किया है शिप के डेड वेट से ड्यूरिंग द सी ट्रायल एंड शिप स्पीड ड्यूरिंग द sea trial. I just hope you have understood this. This is the mathematical calculation for EEDI attained. The significance of both the values. When EE when EEDI A is less than EEDI required, then your ship is efficient. I repeat, when the numerical value of EEDI attained is less than EEDI required, then your ship is efficient and it has complied with EEDI requirements. But if the numerical value of EEDI-A during the sea trials is greater than EEDI-A required, then you will have to do some things, or some provisions must be made to reduce EEDI-A. One of that is main engine derating, and others can be wind assist. You might have heard about wind assisted ships, where there are sails which are mounted on the ship and which can be opened, thereby reduction in fuel. Once above is done, you have to conduct sea trials again. I repeat, you will have to conduct the sea trials again to obtain new EEDI. I repeat, to obtain new EEDI-A. Once you obtain a new EEDI-A and it satisfied this criteria, that is EEDI-A is less than EEDI required, then your ship has complied with EEDI requirements. Okay, now again you can see the timeline. Ships after Jan 2013 are new ships. Ships before Jan 2013 are existing ships. Existing ships, that is ships before Jan 2013, do not require EEDI calculations. I repeat, Existing ships, that is ships before Jan 2013, do not require EEDI calculations. For these ships to obtain IEEC certificate, they will only have to comply with SIMP guidelines. I repeat, for existing ships to obtain IEEC certificate, they'll have to only comply with SIMP guidelines. But for new ships, that is ships built after Jan 2013, it has to comply with EEDI calculations. Then a EEDI technical file is generated and SIMP has to be complied with. Flag will verify all the above documents and then it will issue IEEC certificate. Now let us see about International Energy Efficiency Certificate. This certificate is issued by Flag or can be issued by RO on behalf of Flag. I repeat, this certificate can be issued by Flag or it can be issued by RO on behalf of Flag. The contents of IEEC certificate are ship particulars, the date when the survey was carried out and date when the certificate is issued. It will also have a date of supplement issuance. I will explain you. A supplement is attached with IEEC certificate, and the contents of the supplement are as follows. It will have ship particulars, namely IMO number, name, where is it registered, type of the ship. Type of the ship is important because it is an important part in EEDI calculations. You remember A into B minus C is the EEDI reference value which is dependent on type of the ship. This supplement will also have the value of EEDI A, that is the EEDI attained value. Then EEDI required value is also there. EEDI technical file applicability is there and SIMP applicability is there. This means that whether the ship has the requirement of being complied with EEDI technical file and whether the ship has the requirement of being complied with SIMP. IEEC is valid for lifetime. I repeat, IEEC is valid for lifetime. IEEC can be withdrawn when the ship is taken out of service or there is change of flag or there is a major change in propulsion machinery or hull structure. Changes in propulsion machinery or hull structure will give rise to different fuel consumption. That is why your IEEC will be invalid. Now, important question. Is the boiler considered? No, the boiler is not considered because when the boiler is maintained well, your economizers will be able to cope up with sailing steam loads. That is why boiler will not run when the ship is sailing. Hence, boiler is not considered in EEDI calculations. Okay. Now, my next video I'll try to make on SIMP requirements. Thank you. I hope you have liked the video. Stay tuned. Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon and never miss your updates. And please comment for any suggestions. Thank you.